Hi, just wanted to stop by and talk with you a little bit about grief. I know that we've all experienced grief at some point in our lives. Grief is painful, grief is stressful, grief is overwhelming, but it's something that we all face or have faced at some point in our lives. But there are ways that we can manage, ways that we can get through it, and I want to help you through that process. So I'm Muriel Pitts. I am a grief coach. I am also a pastor and a chaplain who actually works in hospice and have worked in hospice for a number of years, and I've learned a lot about grief during that process. And so I just wanted to talk with you today about a specific topic that I have thought about off and on for a number of years. The topic I want to talk about tonight is posting on social media as it relates to someone else's family or tragedy, someone else's business, if you will. And I noticed that often when someone dies or something happens that's not so good, some type of tragedy, sometimes there are people who rush to post. They want to be the first person to get the information out. They want to be the person who knows it all. But it's important that we respect other people's privacy and decision making when it comes to difficult situations. So in healthcare and in the workplace, not just in healthcare, but we can't share information about a person's care or any of their private information without consent. So there is a federal policy called HIPAA. That federal policy is the Health Information Portability and Accountability Act of 1996. It's a long title. And it prohibits healthcare organizations as well as the person it prevents them from being angry or upset with you for sharing information that you weren't authorized to share. But it's also an issue, it's a boundary issue. It's a boundary issue, and we all need healthy boundaries. And social media has become a place that we believe that we can cross all types of boundaries because it's my page. But when it comes to other folks' information, that's not the case. And so I often see where people will post about something that happens and then they tag some of the family members that are related to that issue. But I always think about, next year when this date comes around, will that family member be ready to see that in their memories on social media? Because it's going to come up, at least on Facebook it will. So I think about things like that because I'm concerned about the heart of the person who's grieving. I'm concerned about their pain. I'm concerned about, their healing. And so a person can be having a good day, but your memory shows up in their timeline, and that can completely alter their emotions. So while sharing information it is a good thing, sharing information is a very good thing, but limit sharing to what you've been asked to share. Nothing more, nothing less. If you haven't been designated by the family to share, don't do it. It's as simple as respecting others' privacy just as you want for yourself. Don't do something to others that you don't want people to do to you. And so rather than sharing, one of the best things that we can do as people are experiencing a difficult time is just to simply pray. Pray for them and let them lead what information is shared. Pray for them. And so that's what I want for myself. That's what I want for my family. And I hope that's what you want for yourself and your family. That if there is a tragedy, if there is a death, if there is a difficult time, don't share it on social media. Wait and let that family share it or their designated representative share that information. It's the same thing that you would want for yourself. Boundaries are important because they tell people not only how far to go, but it also tells us where to let people in or not let people in. And so it's important that you respect other people's boundaries and that I respect others' boundaries. So that's something I just wanted to share with you. I think it's important. I think when people are grieving, they should be allowed to grieve in private if that's what they want. They should be allowed time to lament and focus on healing and not worry about who is sharing their personal information. My thoughts? Why don't you share your thoughts about this? Post in the comments and let's chat a little bit. I'd love to hear from you. Again, it's Muriel Pitts. I'm your grief coach. Talk with you soon.